we're on.
All right, we're not up here.
No, our screens are
Okay,
not
here
up,
we
but-
go. Very good. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Lancaster County Board of Commissioners meeting for Tuesday, April 8th, 2025. I am Chair and Commissioner Rick Vest. To my left is Vice Chair and Commissioner Chrissy Yoakum, and to her left, Commissioner Matt Schulte. To my right, Commissioners Sean Flowerday and Chelsea Johnson. Would you please stand and join us in the Pledge of Allegiance? I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, Mr. Clerk, let's begin the meeting.
A copy of the Nebraska Open Meetings Act is located at the wall of the rear of the hearing room. All written materials to be discussed at today's meeting can be viewed at the county's website at lancaster.ne.gov. Printing options are available upon request. Brings us to item 1, minutes. Approval of the minutes of the Board of Commissioners meeting held on April 1st, 2025.
Move approval?
Second.
I have a motion and a second to approve the minutes. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Yoakum,
I abstain as I was absent.
Flowerday,
Yes.
Johnson,
Yes.
Schulte,
Yes.
Best.
Yes.
Motion carries. Agenda item 2, claims. Approval of the claims processed through April 4th, 2025. And I'll note this includes payroll.
Move approval.
Second,
I have a motion and a second to approve the claims.
including the payroll.
Chelsea, we are including the payroll through April 2nd.
Okay.
All right. We have a motion and a second to approve the claims, including payroll through April 2nd. Please call the roll.
Schulte,
Yes.
Yoakum,
Yes.
Flowerday,
Yes.
Johnson,
Yes.
Best.
Yes.
Motion carries.
So
Item 3 is our special presentation.
I'm wondering, one quick check to make sure we're all good to go. Do we have someone from the Legion here who wishes to speak at this time? And
Here we go. I love to see a full chambers like this.
I don't think they heard you.
Item 3 is our special presentation celebrating County Government Day, sponsored by the American Legion and the American Legion Auxiliary.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir. Commissioners, county staff, county officials. Once again, my name is Martin Neal. I'm the Lancaster County Commander for the American Legion Department of Nebraska. I'm here today with Dawn Baxa. She's our Lancaster County Auxiliary President. And thank you again for allowing us to host County Government Day with you all. As you know, the county and local levels of government are very important aspects of our democracy, and oftentimes they are the overlooked aspects of our democracy because they don't receive the attention of the media at the national and sometimes state levels. I'm very proud to present to you a fine group of young Americans from Lincoln Christian School this morning, from Malcolm Public Schools, and from Norris Public Schools. So once again, thank you for allowing us to host this event here with you all today.
Mr. Neal, thank you for being here, and thank you for what you're doing to build community within Lancaster County. It's so important that we understand why we all pull together to get things done. Even when we disagree, we work together to build a better community, especially for these folks who are sitting in the room today. So thank you for being here and all you do.
Thanks, sir.
So does anyone else from Malcolm, Norris, or Lincoln Christian want to speak at this time? Seeing none, I did welcome the Malcolm folks here and congratulated them on their baseball team. And I know Norris and Lincoln Christian have their share of success. Lincoln Christian girls basketball team certainly drew a lot of attention, and Norris very competitive in every sport. So to all you young people sitting out there, I guess let me open it up to the commissioners, and then if any of you have something you want to say, then I'll wrap it up and we'll move on. Commissioners?
Sure. Thank you all for coming, and I really do appreciate the attention to local government. What we hear a lot of times at the federal level and the state level feels so far away and that we may have little influence, but there's so much that we do at this local level that affects everybody's lives in our community on a daily basis. And so having an awareness of what that is and coming to see county government is really a good thing. Thank you for coming, and thank you for being here today.
Yeah, Matt?
I would just maybe echo what was just said a minute ago as well, that local government, we like to think that the president, the Senate, the governor, that those are the most impactful governments on our lives, but that's just not true. You guys are a living example of that. I think school boards, city councils, and county boards, they're the ones that are paying for your buses, fixing your roads, making decisions about your education. So I think local government is way more impactful on our daily lives than we realize.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Thank you all for coming, and thank you for all the service that you're already doing in your communities. I know that I was involved in American Legion Auxiliary, and you all do important work in your communities already, so keep it up.
It was what, about 7, 8 years ago, Chelsea? You were
A little longer.
For some of us, high school was a long time ago, but I know that you're going to learn a lot today. You're going to meet a lot of good people. There are a lot of very hardworking people in county government with high integrity who are committed to making our community a better place, and that's the role that we all strive to achieve here. So thank you all. Have a great day. Mr. Clerk.
Brings us to item 4, our consent items. These are routine business items that are expected to be adopted without dissent. Any individual item may be removed for special discussion or consideration by a commissioner, by any member of the public without prior notice. Unless there is an exception, items will be approved as one single vote of the Board of Commissioners. These items are A, amendments to the following county contracts. C-16-0010 with the Nebraska Secretary of State Records Management Division to provide microfilm imaging services. C-25-0142 with Whitehead Oil Company, and C-25-0143 with Sapros Incorporated for the annual supply of motor fuel. C-24-0253 with Orkin LLC for annual pest control services. B, right-of-way contracts with the following: Stephen and Lorraine Swishow, Saltillo Road improvement in the total amount of $11,900. Jeffrey and Kaylee Carr, Saltillo Road improvement in the total amount of $15,300. Edward Pickett, Saltillo Road improvement in the amount of $1,300. Denise Zier, Saltillo Road improvement in the total amount of $88,500. Michael and Stacy Nass, Saltillo Road improvement in the total amount of $14,200. And Lococo Venture Group LLC, Saltillo Road improvement in the total amount of $97,100. C, change order to contract C-24-0931 with Lovato Construction LLC to extend the project completion deadline to August 31st, 2025. D, change order to contract C-24-0363 with Constructors Incorporated due to a deduction in costs in concrete for bridge rail post. And E, receive and place on file the following reports from the Clerk of the District Court, Assessor Register of Deeds, Risk Management, County Clerk, and the Independent Auditor's Report for Lancaster County for the fiscal year ending June 30th, 2024.
Move approval.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve. Please call the roll.
Johnson,
Yes.
Schulte,
Yes.
Yocum,
Yes.
Flowerday,
Yes.
Vest.
Yes.
Motion carries. Item 5 is our public hearing on a text amendment 25003, a request to amend County Subdivision Regulations, Chapter 4, Design Standards 4.13, Drainage.
Good morning. We will now open the public hearing and begin with a member of our staff.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give is the truth and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Jenna Vogt, do I need to give you my address? Okay. Lancaster County Engineers Department. Good morning, Commissioners. This is a proposed text amendment to Section 4.13 of our Lancaster County subdivision regulations. We are proposing to clarify the requirements for stormwater drainage in development, just adding some language to say that post-development flow must be less than pre-development flow for the 2-year, 10-year, and 100-year storms.
And Jenna, thank you for being here this
Yes.
morning and testifying. 2-year, 10-year, and 100-year?
Correct.
Those are well-identified engineering terms that any developer or builder would understand what that means. Is that correct?
Yes, this is pretty standard language. In fact, the City of Lincoln's drainage criteria manual and regulations also require the same storms, the 2-year, 10-year, and 100-year. Those are pretty standard engineering storms that we design to. Yes.
Okay. Great. I think that's important that we have clear standards.
Did you say you were changing it to be less than pre-development? I thought
Post-development shall be equal to or less than.
equal to or less
Yep.
than. Okay, gotcha.
Yes.
So you don't have to hit it exactly. Go less.
Nope, yep.
We'll accept less. Good question. Thank you, Matt. Anything else, commissioners? Very good. Jenna, thank you, and thank everyone who worked hard to get this up to date. It's a big step forward.
Yes, thank you.
All right. Is there anyone else from the public wishing to testify on text amendment 25003? Any freshmen in high school who'd like to come to the microphone?
That's a trap, don't do it.
Very good. Seeing none, we'll close the public hearing.
Commissioners, the next item on our agenda is 6, the public hearing action items, but I have a note that we'll hold that for a future agenda. So we'll move on to item 7, new business. 7A, resolution in the matter of transfer of appropriations from the general fund miscellaneous budget to the general fund district court and county court budgets.
All right, good morning. Dennis Meyer, County Budget and Fiscal Director. So this resolution today is really kind of starting the process of really kind of helping us finish out the fiscal year. So if you take a look at this resolution, we're dealing with two departments within the general fund. So we're dealing with the district court and county court. And as we've talked about throughout this budget period, the majority of this is really kind of based off of the increase in the court-appointed attorney fees. So as we've been looking at budgets, we noticed district court was down to about 2% of their remaining budget. So this transfer is to help both of these really try to get through the end of the fiscal year, which is June 30th. So you will see that the overall transfer is just a little over 1.3 million, 833,000 going to district court and 505,000 going to county court. So this is just to kind of move it from our contingency over to those two departments so that they can finish out their fiscal year.
Any questions for Dennis? Dennis, you've kept us very well apprised of all that's going on within the different departments, and this happens every year where someone, for various reasons, goes over their budget a little earlier this year, and it seems like a little bigger amount. But thank you for all your work at keeping us informed. We've talked about this numerous times. So
right. I mean, we'll still take additional steps, whether it's in May. Majority of the time we're cleaning most of them up in June. It just all kind of depends on what type of dollar amounts we're talking about and how soon those budgets start hitting those limits. So I'll be back, I'm sure, at least a couple times.
You're sure we should do this today? We don't want to invite the courts down to have a collaborative discussion about how we can work together best to keep the costs lower for taxpayers?
I think we should do it today.
Fair enough, Dennis.
I move approval of this transfer.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the transfer. Any further discussion? Please call the roll.
Flowerday,
Yeah.
Johnson,
Yes.
Schulte,
Yep.
Yocum,
Yes.
Best.
Yes.
Motion carries. Next item is 7B, but I have a note we will be passing over it, so it brings us to 7C. Contract with JMN Construction LLC to provide repairs on bridges D143 and D157. The cost of the county is not to exceed $210,148.12.
Pam Dingman, Lancaster County Engineer. The exhibit that I have put up on the overhead shows the location of the two bridges that we are proposing. Oh, there we go. The two bridges that we are proposing to redeck, the one that is on the county line, the cost will be split per our interlocal agreement with Seward County.
Move approval.
Second. I'm glad to have the Malcolm students here to see that how we affect things very locally that are relevant to you.
Very good. Motion and a second. Please call the roll.
Yocum,
Yes.
Flowerday,
Yes.
Johnson,
Yes.
Schulte,
Yep.
Best.
Yes.
Motion carries. Brings us to 7D, but we will be holding that for a future week. So it brings us to 7E. A contract with Straight Line Striping Incorporated to provide pavement markings for 2025. Cost of the county is not to exceed $196,486.24.
Move approval.
Pam Dingman, Lancaster County Engineer. The exhibit that I've placed up on the overhead shows the location at which we will be restriping county roads. As I've previously discussed, we try to do 50% of the roads every other year. There is a required level of reflectivity in these paint stripes. In essence, it's glass beads that we put in the stripes so that you can see the road easier in the rain or at night.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Please call the roll.
Schulte,
Yes.
Yocum,
Yes.
Flowerday,
Yes.
Johnson,
Yes.
Best.
Yes.
Carries. 7F, a recommendation from the purchasing agent on behalf of the county engineer to award a contract to Pavers Incorporated for a project located on South 148th Street in the amount of $2,599,666.08.
Pam Dingman, Lancaster County Engineer. The exhibit that I've placed on the overhead shows the length of 148th Street that we are proposing work be done on. In this case, I just want to remind everybody that 148th Street really is our de facto East Beltway. We've had it studied over the years, and consultants have told us that they believe it's the fastest growing corridor in the state of Nebraska. So this section of road really takes a beating. It is way under designed for its current traffic load, and so we're trying to do our best just to continue to stabilize it.
What's the timeline look like on this project? And it's quite a length there.
On this project, oh, we'll get this done this summer. This will be, I'm not going to say like super easy in and out, but because it will inconvenience people for a couple weeks, but we generally get in and out of these pretty quickly.
I'd move approval.
Second.
Motion and a second to approve. Please call the roll.
Johnson,
Yes.
Schulte,
Yes.
Yocum,
Yes.
Flowerday,
Yes.
Best.
Yes.
Motion carries. 7G, contracts with CL Construction LLC and Carlson Restoration Wyatt Carlson LLC for general construction services. The cost of the county shall not exceed $300,000.
Move approval.
Second.
Motion and a second to approve. Please call the roll.
Flowerday,
Yes.
Johnson,
Yes.
Schulte,
Yep.
Yocum,
Yes.
Vest.
Yes.
Motion carries. 7H, agreement with Encore to provide audiovisual services for the Nebraska Community Aid and Juvenile Justice Conference. The Cost of the county will be $10,814.25.
I move approval.
Second.
Motion and a second to approve. Please call the roll.
Yocum,
Yes.
Flowerday,
Yes.
Johnson,
Yes.
Schulte,
Yes.
Vest.
Yes.
Motion carries. 7I, contracts with Sunset Law Enforcement and Snyder Shooting Supply Snyder Precision LLC for the annual supply of ammunition. The cost of the county shall not exceed $40,000 for both contracts.
Good morning, Terry Wagner, Lancaster County Sheriff. This is just our annual contract for ammunition for the agency. It's just so the contract's available so we can make those orders when we need to.
Move approval.
Second.
Sheriff Wagner, thank you for being here this morning.
You're welcome.
We've got a room full of high school freshmen.
I was one of those juniors back in the day for county government day, so I
Tried to figure out, Terry, if it was the 60s or the 70s. It was right on the bubble. I think it was probably the 60s when I was a freshman.
1971 when I was a junior, I was in county government day. So.
Yeah, there you go. Well, thank you for your long service. We have a motion second to approve. Please call the roll.
Schulte,
Yes.
Yocum,
Yes.
Flowerday,
Yes.
Johnson,
Yes.
Vest.
Yes.
Motion carries. 7J, contract with Industrial Services Incorporated for the annual service of deceased animal removal. The cost of the county shall not exceed $40,000.
Good morning, Terry Wagner, Lancaster County Sheriff. We were probably the biggest recipient of these services with roadkill deer and other animals. It's important we get those animals removed when they are killed for a variety of different reasons. So I'm thankful that we still have this contract with Industrial Services.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
At least animal removal. You're all getting to see the real glory that the county government can be. You know, this is the glamorous life. I would move approval.
Second.
Motion and a second to approve the contract to remove deceased animals. Please call the roll.
Johnson,
Yes.
Schulte,
Yes.
Yocum,
Yes.
Flowerday,
Yes.
Vest.
Yes.
Motion carries. 7K, authorization letters allowing Civic Plus LLC and its subsidiary C-Click Fix Incorporated to create, develop, maintain, and publish the Lancaster Connect NE mobile application for Apple App Store and the Google Play Store. The Lancaster Connect NE mobile application will allow residents to report non-emergency issues to the county and track their progress.
Pam Dingman, Lancaster County Engineer. So for the students in the room, you too can go to engineering school for 5.5 years to try to read and understand software agreements, and in particular setting up apps with the Apple Store and the Google Play Store, which has taken much longer than I anticipated. But nevertheless, is one more tool I guess I have in my toolbox now. So this is the app C-Click Fix that we will be implementing soon, the app so that on your phone you can report a pothole or road condition, or perhaps even a dead animal on the road, so that we can get out there and get those taken care of as quickly as possible. And so that's why we're bringing this forward today, and we hope to be able to roll out this software app very soon. We think this is the last thing, but there's been a lot of one more last things with this, and so I think we're to the soon part.
Very good. Another positive step forward.
Move approval.
Second.
Motion second. Please call the roll.
Flowerday,
Yes.
Johnson,
Yes.
Schulte,
Yes.
Yocum,
Yes.
Vest.
Yes.
Motion carries. 7L, compensatory time off agreements with the following: Carolyn Trammell, Eliza Perez Sinek, Christina Haberman, and Nathan Benzel.
County Treasurer coming forward.
Rachel Garver, Lancaster County Treasurer's Office. This is giving us another option for these 4 people there in positions that were recently created. And this allows them to have an option rather than to pay overtime, that they can take time off. And then that doesn't affect the budget because they normally take time off when we are at a lull in our work week.
I think that was the big question I had, Rachel, when you were talking about, instead of paying these folks overtime, we will compensate them with time away from work, which is valuable to all of us. This won't create problems in operation of the Treasurer's Department.
No, actually, we have times where we don't need everybody there, like in the middle of the week, and that's most of my staff is very good about wanting to take time off too in the middle of the week. So this is very helpful to have this instead of just paying overtime.
Okay.
Because
It's
women
just
are busy.
these 4 positions.
All of these people are unrepresented.
These are unrepresented. The represented automatically get to have this
No, I
benefit.
know, I just didn't want to
Yeah.
change something up halfway through and get sideways with the unions.
Yeah, no, and this is the first time I've had to come for this, so HR just said this was necessary. I mean, I thought, this is a no-brainer. I mean, it doesn't cost any money, and I'm fine with the time that they would need to take off.
Yeah, it makes good sense.
To your point, it'll save money in the long run.
It's not a lot of money, but it's some money. Every penny helps.
I would move approval.
Second.
Motion a second. Any further discussion? Rachel, thank you for bringing this forward. Please call the roll.
Yocum,
Yes.
Flowerday,
Yes.
Johnson,
Yes.
Schulte,
Yes.
Vest.
Yes.
Motion carries. 7M, settlement and general release with the Tree Guys effective April 8th, 2025.
Move approval.
Second?
Motion and a second to approve. Please call the roll.
Schulte,
Yes.
Yocum,
Yes.
Flowerday,
Yes.
Johnson,
Yes.
Vest.
Yes.
Motion carries. Brings us to item 8, our legislative update.
One of the things, since we are a subset of state government, what happens in the legislature, and the legislature is in session this year for the long session, we're very attuned to what bills are in the legislature, how they would impact our responsibilities and our ability to fund those responsibilities. One of the things you'll hear as you grow older is unfunded mandates. Nobody likes them, especially county government. So we do legislative updates all the way through the legislative session. At this point, I don't know that we have anything. Sean is our expert, so.
Nope.
Commissioners, anything else? We'll move on.
Item 9, public comment. Members of the public wishing to speak in items related to the county business not on the agenda may do so at this time.
Any members of the public wishing to comment on items not on the agenda? Seeing none?
Item 10, announcements. The Lancaster County Board of Commissioners will hold a staff meeting on Thursday, April 10th, 2025 at 8:30 a.m. in room 112 of the County City Building. The Lancaster County Board of Commissioners will hold its next regular meeting on Tuesday, April 15th, 2025 at 9 a.m. with the Board of Equalization immediately following in room 112 of the County City Building. County Commissioners can be reached at 402-441-7447 or commish@lancaster.ne.gov. Lancaster County Board of Commissioners meeting is broadcast live on LNK TV. LNK TV is available on Allo Channel 2 and Spectrum Channel 1300. For the rebroadcast schedule, visit lincoln.ne.gov. Meetings are also streamed live on YouTube and Facebook. LNK TV apps are available on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire TV. Last item is adjournment.
Move we adjourn.
Second?
Motion and a second to adjourn. Please call the roll.
Johnson,
Yes.
Schulte,
Yes.
Yocum,
Yes.
Flowerday,
Yes.
Vest.
Yes, but one quick note. We are adjourned, but I do want to make one quick note. Today is Election Day. For those of you who are watching, I would remind you there's a number of big issues on the ballot, even though it's a short ballot. So please go and exercise that right you've been given. We are adjourned.